Good morning. Okay. We are at 2+2. Good morning. There it is. Okay. That's the first time I've scheduled a stream. It's a little bit weird. Okay. Yeah. BBBY's ripping. Let me get these levels set up. Market's ripping also. PPI actually is a little bit bullish, I think. Yeah, I just briefly heard. Lost my chat on here now. That's January 18th. We're going to be trading, analyzing, YOLOing, live streaming. Yeah. Thanks for your guys' subscriptions and thumbs up. Let me get this set up a little bit. I lost my chat. Morning, Mario. Hey, Donaro. Hey, David. What's up, one? I was hoping for another little dip at the morning open. We'll see. My cover calls. My poor cover calls. Morning, Skrells. That's a pretty big move there, pre-market, 10% already. Jeez. I'm very sleepy. No. Not very sleepy. I just haven't spoken much this morning. There it is. Good day, Access. Good day. Volume like 500,000. 5 minute. Oh geez. It's a lot more than yesterday. Oh my gosh. Resistance runs 470. Yeah, I've got 478 there. I don't know though. This is crazy. Yeah. We'll see. Should get a little bit of a dump at open, I'd imagine. I don't know if it'll go red at all though. We'll see. IV's gonna be juiced on those calls though. That's crazy. All right, 10 minutes to open. Drinking my electrolyte. 2% on GME. Creeping up still. ATER's 1.5. Still haven't gotten a position on it, but I think it probably could make a move still. Oh, pre-market hit 1.5 on that. Yeah, I think this could still fill that gap at 1.8. BBBY taking off pre-market. Seemed like the SPY ripping up kind of started it a little bit, but now it's just on its own crazy mission. Feeling depressed. You'll get another chance. It probably will come down at open. Maybe it is 420-ish, the high from yesterday, or one of the highs. Might not though, or it might even come down further. Salesforce CEO has said that the company's younger remote workers may be less productive than their peers. Imagine that. Spread between German and Italian 10-year yields falls to 174.6 basis points, lowest level since April 2022. Hedge funds in 2022 posted worst performance since 2018. Not Citadel. US dollar accelerates sell-off. It's 5-week low. For sterling down. Yeah, that's maybe part of the rally today is from the dollar dropping much. US 10-year treasury yield extends fall 3.4%, lowest since December 7. Russians became the top foreign buyers of real estate in Turkey last year, tripling purchases from the year prior. US 2-year treasury yields fall to 4%, lowest since October 5th. 10-year yield falls below 3.4, lowest in September. And here's the December industrial production, negative 0.7. The consensus was negative 0.1. December capacity utilization, negative 0.6. At 78.8%. Consensus was 79.6. Microsoft is going to slash 10,000 jobs through the end of Q3. Amazon's starting to lay off 18,000 people today. Citigroup cuts probability of global recession in 2023 to 30% from 50%. Okay. Not time to sell via cost base only. But Friday, 6. Nice. Yep. No, I don't think it's over. It's just been too bullish, even on the most bearish day of the week, which was last Friday. It only dropped like 10%. Right? Or was it even 13? There's nothing. And then yesterday, where there shouldn't have even necessarily needed to be much buying pressure, it was up like 10%. Today was the day we're expecting. Today, maybe tomorrow. And then potentially another drop on Friday, but they might lose control of it this week with this option chain. I mean, it's really going to have to get shut down, I think. Otherwise, this is going to get, we're going to get the 5s in the money. That's 58,000 contracts. That'll be a huge level. And that'll just push it like crazy. Yeah, we might still see double digits this week. But with no news, I was not as hopeful for double digits. Still no news. Party City went bankrupt. They filed Chapter 11. They were suspended pre-market. Yeah, they still are. So this thing could still make some squeezy moves too, though, honestly. BBBY. Crazy. Yeah, breaking 5 and holding 5 just for today would be huge. Even if it doesn't necessarily close that way. I mean, closing Friday would definitely be, that'd be crazy. It seems like we will, but we'll see. Gonna be wild. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Oh, swallowed that funny. 10 today. It's possible. This pre-market price action and volume is pretty legit. 10 today would be crazy. But it could definitely happen. These past 2 trading days on it have been more bullish than I was expecting after the move it's already made. So I need to warm up because I'm drinking ice. Electrolyte. Woke up with a freaking headache. Very unusual. To the moon. COVID, dang it. 30 milli for the day. About 3 minutes to open. 30 million pre-market. Hopefully it's more than 30 million on the day. It's almost, it was almost half a billion on, was that Thursday? Last Thursday? Alright, looks like it's gonna open up under 450. We'll see. I need to decide on my covered calls if I'm going to just eat the loss on it, wait for it to settle down, roll the dice with that. Usually don't like to buy options in the first hour, at least. So to close the covered call, I have to buy it, and yeah, ouch. Yeah, I don't have COVID. I got headaches, so I was just awake last night. Lack of sleep, I think. But yeah. Open? I don't know. The more tight predictions I give, the more I'm wrong. So I give very loose predictions, and I can be right more often. 2 minutes. I feel like it'll probably settle down some before a rip. Somewhat of a sell off at open. But yeah, I'll be looking for an exit on my covered calls, probably within the first hour. Market, I mean, is kind of supporting it too. It's rallied up some. GME to me is more of a, this is probably going to end up being a better play in the next 3 weeks. Potentially. I mean, BBY could keep going. I think GMEs will be more sustained. And it's lagging, so we're still in a kind of an early stage on this one. But this one's more peculiar to me because it hasn't settled down at all. 5 green days. And just, yeah, similar to here and here. So maybe one of these coming on it. I'm not sure. But I've been hesitant to go longer. We'll check on it this morning. Free new job. 408, bought it pre-market. Yeah, I mean, it might not retest there. Open somewhere between 2 and 10. I agree. All right, we're open. Finish day between 1 and 20. Please join my paid. Yep. All right, we're getting a little soft at open. Just a wee little bit. Covered calls actually not up, down terribly. Gotta give it some time here. I really wanted to just stay to farm this premium, but this is way too bullish. We don't want to hold this. I would have closed it yesterday. Ugh. Woof. Let's see. I don't think I'm gonna take a loss in it. I don't know. Market's moving up a little bit. Let me put in some levels here on SPY. Show me out some. Little pre-market high. BBBY starting to move up already. Looks like it's BBBY is moving with the market for the most part so far. Just more violent to both directions. High beta. Pull a BBBY? What? Buy back in? What is he doing with Baba? He just bought it, right? What's up, just watching? He's already bought it and sold it. GME cap down. Yeah, a bit. Today might be one of those late rally days on BBY too, where the gap up and then kind of a consolidation sell off till mid to late day. What's up, Alessandro? Welcome back. AOG, 16% spread. Yikes. ATER, I do. Ooh, energy's up. ATER could be a good one. Yep. Yeah, I think this one's good. I don't have a position though, so I'm saying that with not much weight to it. Or bias. Ooh, Carvana's up. Yeah, these ones running last week are up. Ones I got into. Not Elbiz. 100 hours on. This morning volatility calmed down. I should be able to exit my cover calls. Now the question is, do I want to? Smile Direct, up 14%. It's been holding up nice. I found support now. Gap up. Carvana 10%. Put a tear in my title because that was the runner yesterday and the one we were watching. Doesn't mean I think it's going to make a big move today necessarily, but yeah, it could have another day consolidation, or a day of consolidation rather. Yesterday was mostly just rip. SPY's coming down here, testing that support. Yeah, one of the highs from yesterday basically. BBBY coming down with it. I think ATER looks like it wants to fill that gap at 1.8 at least. This gap right up here, 1.8. After that, probably that 2, just like previous support, 2.1. So, but that could take some time. I mean, it could consolidate for a bit. I mean, the RSI is hot even on the daily. So today itself, it's holding up fine. Okay, BBY coming down some. See where it finds support. We've got this kind of 420 area-ish from yesterday. And where are these levels? Get moved. SPY bouncing off of that. Whoops. GME's kind of sold off its gains pre-market. So plan what you do and stick to it without volume motion. 100%. There 210 end of week? Maybe. 305 or 4.2. Yep, we've got this this level down here also. It breaks those other ones. Bed Bath. Eyes coming down. Broke that little support. Next level maybe 397.63. Could be taking a short here, but I'm plenty excited with BBY. 455. Yep, that's where it felt the resistance. That is true. Easily the worst meme stock. Okay, my cover calls are getting close to break even. And with how yesterday went, I'll probably close them. Dogecoin is even up. Newegg is up a bit, 5% on this one. Not bad, found a support, bouncing. Yeah, we're rotating back to these other ones that rallied earlier last week. XML Direct, Newegg, Carvana, SDC. Birds is even up a bit. Let's see you, Birds. Doge. Dang, dude. Look at those birds. This looks like a lot of the other charts actually. They just had some had huge days, like a tear. Gonna move back up to 50 cents on that one. And on to $8. Everything's settling down from the frothiness this morning, which isn't bad. Not a bad thing at all. My cover call would have been great. I just got basically the worst entry yesterday I could have right here. Premium, juiced, engaged. Bed Bath really just swinging around with the market, it seems. Is there news on this one? Same sort of chart. GME bouncing there a bit with the market. Market is bouncing some. Hmm. Been bummed a lot. Not uncommon. That's the reason for that news. Get people to sell. Some profit taking maybe, but oh, I don't have real time quotes on here. Yeah, GME on the downside. I don't know how much downside it has though. Maybe to 18, which might not be too bad. I'm kind of waiting and waiting. Or back to this, just this previous support, 1940. That's probably what it would bounce on. Buy's bouncing up here. BBY is feeling it too. Feeling that upside. 6.2 to 1 on GME, jeez. Look at BBY, oh my gosh. That might have been my only exit right there. Trying to be patient. It is moving with the market, so. All at 449. Yeah, that is somewhat of a resistance there. Breaking that and on up to 478. Uh-oh, puts her selling off on BBY. It's gonna go. When he means short, he just means doesn't mean short shares necessarily, just exposure to downside. Another sketchy. What is this thing? AI? They have news. OTRK. Similar chart. Huge gap up. SPY's coming back down. Quite undecided and choppy so far. Bullard says prospects for U.S. economic soft landing have improved. Bullard said global economic factors have improved with easing recession risk in Europe and China moving towards reopening, but that could feed inflation. Yep. Bullard says current Fed policy rate not quite in restrictive territory, needs to be over 5% at least. Yeah, I'm chill on BBBY. NRGV is still moving. Are other energy stocks going? Oh, they raised guidance at earnings. Nice. After getting some cover calls on that thing. Carvana's up 5%. Is their antidepressant and anxiety treatments were around 50% positive? Ooh. Was that the one? That was the one that was moving the other day on news like that, was it? There's MVIS. We were talking about this yesterday, weren't we? Or no? Yeah, this was one, and then MMAT. But this chart just looks awful. I don't know if it's going to make a move. HSDT. For sure, yeah, big business. I kind of need like a dump on BBBY to get out of these covered calls, actually. The IV is just not coming down on stuff. And it's moving up. Okay, I think I'm going to hold and... Jeez. Bullish suggest a 0.5 percentage point rate increase. The next meeting is appropriate. Him talking is maybe what's causing this chop and big wicked candles. Okay, now BBBY breaks 4.5. It'll bounce back a lot, I feel. I don't know. It could. Might just need to chill out a little bit from that pre-market. Right now it's fighting that resistance, that high from yesterday. So yeah, it breaks here, breaks 4.5. Easily see move up to 4.7. Looking at messing around with that 5 level again. And this is the day, this T+2 from the options expiring on Friday. So whatever obligations they have, I think they have until pre-market technically tomorrow. So maybe cover some today, maybe cover some tomorrow on pre-market. Maybe some was covered today in pre-market. I don't have any news for Upstart. We can look. Up 2%. No news that I see. Piper Sandler remains a hold. Upstart report fourth quarter. Oh, price target raised from $16. Raised to $16 from $14 from Piper Sandler. Yeah, it just looks like a price target raise so far on that. BBBY selling, people covering options. I mean, this looks pretty undecided so far. Buyers and sellers have met in this range, just like SPY, honestly. So to have a big bullish move, it needs to break free from just moving with the market trend. BBBY your bank account. Pretty stressful bank account. Natural gas is moving up above VWAP. Had kind of a gap down. Okay, market's moving up now some. See if it breaks this. This 400 level is pretty big. BBBY up 8%. This was mostly all pre-market though. I haven't really seen buyers since market open enough to push it through. SPY's moving up. I don't want to look for a short to enter on the SPY, honestly. Smile Direct's up 10%. NRGV is 33% now. Got resistance. About 5 levels, see what happens. Keep extended hours on a little bit longer. Okay, oh, BBY, it looks like it's breaking that 4.5, and it's gone. Boom, big break. Oh, false breakout potentially. Closing out of my cash secured puts on GME. Up like 690 on it. So it's see now it's like kind of moving on its own from SPY, which is, yeah, that's probably market makers and covering. IWM is also kind of ripping. Yeah, cover calls. Dang it. Yeah, I think it definitely could hit 5 today. I think it could hit double digits today. This thing's volatile, and today is T+2. This is settlement from Friday's options, so it's one level at a time, you know? You can see the volume come in and just how the wicks and how the candle just way more volatile. There's GME, kind of moved up a little bit, back to green slightly. I feel worse. U.S. Justice Department says it's to announce an international cryptocurrency enforcement action. Okay, it almost made it to that 478.4. Why is that a line for me? On the hourly, maybe I have that. A weird level. What's up, Manny? Why didn't you do cover calls yesterday for 450? You mean why did I? Why did I do cover calls yesterday for 450? Your crypto coin? Taxo? My cover calls for yesterday, it was meant to just be a scalp for yesterday. I wasn't expecting it to be so bullish. So I was planning on closing yesterday, and then my account was fluctuating, and I wasn't able to day trade it, honestly. So, but I was down on it because I opened it here. I wasn't expecting that yesterday to be so bullish, honestly. So I had to wait till today to close it anyways. And so, yeah, still kind of looking to exit. It wasn't something I was planning on holding. So, yeah. I mean, I would like to scalp cover calls even today, but I gotta get out of this one first. If we have a big rip, then try and scalp some. I mean, that IV is insane. Like, yeah, I received $943 for 24 of these contracts at $4.50, and that was a terrible entry. That was down here. If I opened it up right now, I would receive $1,600 for 3 days of time, or no, 2 days of time. The break even on a 4.5 with that kind of IV has got to be into the fives, well into the fives. All right, it's moving up here. SPY's also moving up. Mm-hmm. $50 cash secured puts. Nice. Nice. Yeah, 4 is probably a pretty safe number, I'd assume, at this point. I try not to wait until contracts expire to close them, though. Like these ones on GME that expire on Friday, they're up 95%. I have an order to close them already. Up 50%, up 40%. Yeah, I mean, maybe hold for the rest of the day. Close tomorrow, but this thing's volatile. It could swing down also, of course. Definitely looks like it's gonna retest. Oh, SPY just broke that level. Wow. Wow. Let's see if it's real. Real estate data came out, I think maybe to cause that pop. And that was kind of a resistance level. So if it's on news, it doesn't necessarily mean it'll keep it up. As you see, it's kind of rejecting. Yeah, Ivy is crazy. Yeah, Carvana was moving up 12%. All right. Yeah, the week last week's movers. Oh, we actually hit 400 on the dot there on SPY. Last week's movers kind of earlier in the week are taking the baton and now rallying. So I might roll my cover call up on Carvana. It's kind of a big level for it. That's actually, yeah, 12. Little gap fill there in the nines, but then really like 12 or so. We'll see if it rejects or not, but let me see what my covered call looks like. Oh, dude, I'm still up on my covered call? Legit. I could still close my 8 strike covered call on Carvana for profit. BBBY just edging up, man. Oh, so break even on that Carvana if someone that bought that call from me is $9, $9.09. And BBY at that 47.50. Oh boy. Up 14%. Hold past 5. Options are still insane on BBY. We'll check it here. Set my alert for 508 pre-market. Yeah, I think it could hit double digits this week. I just clipped that 400 even, maybe rejecting. Maybe a nice short opportunity here. Especially if that candle closes like that. Oh yeah, the buy pressure is immense. AC, it you know, whatever selling pressure there is, it's just overwhelmed with buying pressure. Whether it's market makers or shorts covering, or I'm not sure, but it's extreme. So not a whole lot of volume yet. It's been only 30 minutes, but um, definitely some action on the options chain. I wonder if people are starting to set up next week's. Not really. So yeah, the ramp going into next week is not nearly as strong as it is this week so far. So if these start getting in the money 5, 6, 7, then I expect next week's to start loading up also, but I haven't seen that yet. All right, I might take a short on SPY here. Look at the VWAP on BBBY, it's so high. Like it's bouncing on that 4.5. This is an engulfing candle in the 5-minute, but it's all in kind of a bullish pattern anyways. NRGV up 42%. So this kind of rejecting on 470 and consolidating down here is helping my cover calls for sure, just a bit. SPY looks like it wants to hold above that breakout. Markets are wrong to think things will return to normal and should brace for an era of tumult, debt, and high interest rates, former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers has said. GME doing GME's doing well. Low volume still, up 1%. Guys moving with the market for the most part. Iron Net's up 7%. Wish is up 7%. Open Door 8%. $27 million volume in the first 30 minutes. That's more than yesterday. Yesterday volume came in at let's see, from 10 to 10:30. So we're in the window from yesterday when the volume came in, but already this morning we've had more volume. So could be a big day. Consolidating at this high level, and SPY looks like it wants to break out too. I think it's insider at this point. Yeah, SPY new high on the day. Loving his big run based off the patterns observed, BBBY. Yeah, so yesterday it started. Actually started pretty early. It started at 10:05, basically right now, and it ended at 10:25. But today could be a lot more bullish than yesterday. Well, SPY's kind of rejecting up there, just with all the obligations the market makers have. Really getting some downward pressure on the market whenever it tries to break out. And now SPY's bouncing back off that 400 or 399. These wicks are crazy. Back down. Right on that line. I'm even consolidating here. Another nice day up, 10%. Holding this nice level. Really haven't had sell-off day. I mean, Friday, but pretty minor. Well, looks like it's rejecting it now. So maybe the short was a good idea. That's a big inverted hammer. VWAP's so high on SPY. Alright, they're BBBY just kind of flushing through that VWAP. That 4.5 level. Some of that tear, let's see. Down 3%. Yeah, it could need a day or two to consolidate. Look for support. Yeah, 1 like 1.2. Or this 1.29 where it's at now. If it breaks that, probably that 1.2 would be a support. Yeah, after a day like yesterday on ATER, it makes sense it would slow down and consolidate. Tomorrow, or might not wake up till next week, really. Look at these, just look at these wicks. Yeah, Bed Bath wanting to hold above VWAP looks like, and market's not. It was coming down, but yeah, weird. NRGV at 42% now. Just no action on this options chain. Yeah, cover calls wouldn't be very fun there. We get extended again. Did this move? I feel like my lines secretly move. That'd be my next level down, 424. You got a position at ATER? Hold on. I'm not opposed to buy sell signals. I mean, yeah, it just depends on where it's getting its triggers from. Yeah, I just do that mentally. So, but if you have like a type of algorithm that has a certain probability of success, then you just set stop losses. Yeah, you can just be a robot and do it. Yeah, I was hearing about all those neutral positions, or not neutral, but basically balanced to the upside and downside. These are pretty crazy wicks. I mean, it's at a high, so going along here have to be a solid breakout. Then how much room? I mean, maybe to 407. But going short seems like a smarter play. But VWAP's high. Candlestick pattern. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. It looks like it's being pulled by the SPY, which is pretty undecided today so far. HKD getting jumpy. SPY's moving back up now. Oh, HKD's halted. Okay. So it went from 10 to 13 and it's halted. Going to pick up all those on Discord. GME moving up a bit. BBBY. like the consolidation. Back to claim more. NRGV 46%. Broke that resistance, that like 516 area. A lot of volume on this thing today. 6.4 million. Got a couple more spots here before it really goes crazy. Bed Bath Beyond 4.5. Holding up above VWAP. $40 million volume. Birds is up 10%. Need to flip some of those contracts on birds, I think, if I can. Moving back down to VWAP. Carvana doing holding up nice, that 10%. This one could be setting up to get out of hand also. How long does this risk on rally last? Spy's breaking VWAP. Whoa, Spy just took a dump there. BBY hasn't moved yet with it. See if it breaks the VWAP here. 424. That's a pretty big move on the Spy. GTE. Haven't heard that one in a while. Who's on the red side? Algorithms, market makers, funds, individuals. BBY broke VWAP. Yeah, it's in the hands of the market still so far. With some bullish tilt for sure. We have seen it, those T+2 days end up being the dump days. However, for whatever reason, however they do it, I don't know, but it would be pretty early in the week if we start to see BBY actually sell off. That wouldn't be good. At least not for move this week. It still could make a move next week, of course, but yeah, we really don't have the open interest on next week contracts like this week. Buys back, bouncing back up. Kind of want to take another take a short up here. Back to VWAP. Okay. GME holding up better than BBBY, honestly. With no volume still. HKD's unhalted, up 25%. 14 bucks. This thing just gets halted so quickly though. About to get halted again. SPY moved all the way back up to VWAP. Excuse me. Oh, and back through VWAP. Okay. It's nice to see birds with a sustained rally. Oh, we've actually never seen that on this stock. Is this the longest rally it had right there? No, I guess there was one up here right after it got wrecked. That lasted half a month. So 2 weeks. This one lasted not quite 2 weeks. So we're getting to our threshold here. Because we're coming up on that 2 week marker. Yeah, we're basically at 2 weeks, so. And SPY back down. It's holding up. I mean, it's literally just mirroring SPY or probably IWM. It's in the Russell 2K, isn't it? I don't even know. Actually, our 2K is holding up better. What is it in? It's not NASDAQ, is it? Must be an R2K. Yeah, party filed Chapter 11. Oh. So it's suspended pending news. The news of being halted. So I don't know when that'll come back. 45% on NRGV. BBBY back up to VWAP. Party zero? No, not necessarily. No, it could still squeeze. I mean, I'm assuming it'll probably dump when it resumes. Depends. It just depends on how they're doing their Chapter 11. Going to go to OTC, or I'm not sure how all that works, but I know I've seen companies file for Chapter 11 and then they squeeze, like Hertz and Revlon, and then companies even talking about it potentially, like BBBY or Party. So if your cost basis is high on it, I mean, it might squeeze from much lower level. That's the only thing. Like it might drop like 50% and then squeeze from there. But to recoup that 50%, what do you need? Like 100%. Bankruptcy is bullish. It's a reorganization. Okay, that's bullish. Buy choppy here. On the longer, on the hourly, I'm liking the short, but if it breaks the upside, it has some room to go still. So, but that trend from last year, we're basically right at that level. It keeps getting erased. Like that. Don't do that. Do that. Yep, that's pretty much the line. And it's right on it. Kind of broke it. But as you see back here and here, it broke it also. So I think it's a better short than a long at this point. And I should maybe take it, because I'm trying to learn to listen to myself. Do I go into 550? Could be. Yes, bankruptcy is so negative. Let's not be so negative. Let's reorganize everything. Reorganize our debt and our assets. Be better. Spy fighting at VWAP again. Cover calls are still down. Slowly coming back. I don't know how to see the break even on here. Gotta be well into the fives. NRGV up 51%. They had earnings. Yeah, earnings and then raised guidance. And they beat their earnings. Still pretty small market cap, I think. Oh, 744 million now. I guess Powell has COVID. Oh, market sells off and that'd be hilarious. It looked like that candle was maybe from that news. That dude, the weight of the market. Do you reckon cost 10 bands? This might this might be causing the sell off, honestly. Oh my gosh, I think it is. Should maybe take a short here. HKD looks like it came back down. SPY's coming down. It might honestly be on that news. Powell tested positive for COVID. Powell has COVID. Yeah, that's crazy. Powell getting COVID is going to shut down our rally. It's like more of a move than when Biden got COVID. When he's a president, when we have Powell. Ah, we're all going to the moon. Looking like a bit of a double top. We do still have that bearish MACD. I want a short entry. I want to go chase it once it breaks the lows. $40.27. Dang it. Oh. $40.27. GME coming down a little bit on that. I have an order for I'm not gonna say it. Might do some cover calls in GME though. Seems dumb, but maybe I'll just scalp them today. I feel like getting stuck on something else. BBY is just not taking it for me yet. Just not enough adrenaline. Just kidding. That's not the way to trade. All right. BBY feeling it? A little bit, yeah. Coming below VWAP. Yeah, BBY is consolidating. It's still tethered to the market, so On a T+2, like you can see the action any time of day. Sometimes it's beginning, sometimes middle, sometimes it's end. But so far this morning, it's been very bullish, but it's also still been a similar price action as the rest of the market. So hasn't broken that yet, but still up over 7%. Yeah, not necessarily Tyler, just kind of what I was saying there. Typically, you don't want to see volume drying up in the direction that you want it to go. When it's Carvana taking a dump there, still holding up a nice level. So for consolidation, that kind of thing, I think volume coming down is fine. It's good. Or low volume, going down is good if you're bullish. But there's definitely some outliers. I mean, GME kind of inverses that with the volume at times. All right, cover call, they're still negative. Buys filling in that gap. I wanted to wait till it bounced back up here, but I grabbed a short at the lows. I think I'll still close out of my cover calls today on BBBY. Too risky holding this thing overnight. All right, SPY's coming down here. I didn't have enough margin to do a big ES, fortunately, but that's okay. Because I didn't get puts on all my shares for GME. For some reason there was 2 left. So that's why I was able to do covered calls on it. Did it open actually? Oh yeah, okay, so I did 2 covered calls on GME, 22.5 for this Friday. 86 bucks in premium. Chipping away. I mean, for this big of a candle on SPY, BBBY is not doing too awful. Starting to come down a little bit more now, but it is holding up better than the market, it looks like to me, so far. 424, that area, we'll see if it holds there. That would be probably 397 on SPY if they are kind of lined up. As you can see, that's yesterday's kind of support on SPY, but on BBBY, that's yesterday's kind of resistance, so. That pressure, that just upward pressure on just a little bit of bounce. A little bit of bounce from SPY, and it just pushes. I wonder if that sell-off was from Powell. Yeah, I'm putting a limit to close order on these. Hope it doesn't get filled. I didn't get a great entry, so it might. 50 million volume. Yep, we're at 50 million. We've got the first hour. First hour at 43 million, less than yesterday in the first hour. So yesterday the volume came in a little later. This morning we got it in the morning earlier, but overall at first hour now we have less volume. So consolidating with decreasing volume, I think is good. As far as I know, that's fine. Making new highs on less volume is typically signs of a top. And that'll also be reflected often in like the RSI as we start getting divergences. Okay, SPY's filling that gap. Wonder if some, oh, GME's already moved down some. Kind of want some puts on GME. GME's kind of dumping. Puts are a little late. SPY filled that gap with some velocity. Those are pretty big candles now. Got a support from yesterday right here. See if it holds up there. Finally, GME's shutting down some. I want to see a range on this thing. It's unnerving this move for GME at least, but it's in the hands of the market. Pretty big move to the downside there. BBBY at that 424. So SPY broke through that support. Next level down here is the 397, which is the low from yesterday. It might be at the top. I was saying it's rounding out. If we don't start dropping, it's at least starting to fade and beginning to drop potentially on this this level. All right, I got some puts. That's gonna help my margin a lot too, because they're a lot higher strike puts. What I get? I got GME. January 27. 20 puts. Now, close the cash secured puts on BBBY or ride or die. His athlete's foot. I don't think he's had COVID before. Of course, he's all vaccinated up. But yeah, so this is his first time getting it, I think. It's like SPY is wanting to bounce on that support from yesterday for now. Temporary support. I think I'll probably hold the BBY puts, my short puts on it. There's one less competitor. One less competitor to mess with BBBY now. Party City. All the party merchandise at BBY is gonna go crazy now. Bullish. It's bullish news. Party City going bankrupt. I don't think it's gonna run up until, yeah, maybe an afternoon run. I don't know. It's looking pretty good right there though, but yeah, I mean it's getting pulled with the market, so with definitely a bullish tilt. But market needs to kind of decrease its volatility to the downside. Enough from it. Due to volatility? What? Has it been resumed? No, it's just been halted. It's suspended pending, or because they filed Chapter 11, so whatever they have to do now, they're doing it. My cover calls are still negative. I think I'll just wait. Probably close them out today, but might wait till get some upward price action. Should have a little profit on them by then. It's not till this afternoon. If it never happens this afternoon, most likely close them before end of day. Party investors, I mean, it still could get volatile. It still could have little squeezes and stuff depending on how they're restructuring with the bankruptcy. If they're, if there's investors that want a part of it, if they're liquidating, or what the terms are. So you'll most likely still be able to sell your shares once it resumes. It'll probably be down a lot, I assume, but doesn't mean it couldn't squeeze like Hertz did and Revlon and multiple others once they've filed for bankruptcy. I mean, given the macro economy at that economics at that point, where there's tons of just people with money that had nothing to do and they were bored at home, so there's definitely looser money going around when Hertz was squeezing from bankruptcy. Even Revlon to an extent. So here's Revlon. I think this is OTC. They changed their ticker, and I don't know if it'll show up on this ticker or not. The GME bounced pretty good there. That's interesting. Same with BBBY. SPY's flushing more. So see if it bounces on yesterday's low. Wish I was able to open up a big one. Even those small ones, they add up. The micro ES. So we've got 4 of these short. Not a great entry. It was like here. At 400, and that wick made me want to, but it was such big wicks and choppy. I was just nervous. But once I saw this candle, I had an order, but I wouldn't have made it, so I just market ordered. BBY coming down. ATER holding up pretty well with all this. Carvana's still green. Consolidating nicely up at that high level. We were talking about EVTL the other day. Kind of waiting on the momentum to change, but then this thing could get pretty good upside action, but it's not looking good yet. And I think the borrow fee even came down on it too, which isn't a good thing. So that's a bounce off of yesterday's support so far on that 5-minute candle. We'll see if it closes like that. It's kind of bullish, that hammer. 11 a.m. run? Maybe. Needs to untether from the market. My cover calls are still negative. I had such an awful entry on that. I kind of just want to get out just to sit on it for a bit to get a reposition. I don't want to think that the BBBY gamma squeeze would be shut down with the market, but I don't know. Another chart that looks exactly the same, Vanny Medical. One looks pretty bullish as well. Whoa, EasyGo had a big move. That was just moving with Tesla, maybe? What is this? 200%. Wow. Yeah, I mean, Bed Bath has held up relatively well in for the last 5 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. Because the markets continue to flush down and break supports, and it's held. So that's what you want to see for the upside. Because then any bounce you get on here, it's probably going to push it up. Now BBY goes up a lot. Right. SPY breaking, testing that support down there. It's yesterday's low, I think. Yeah. Or no, that's yesterday's low. We'll see. And Bed Bath holding that 424 line we had drawn so far. Well, I'm embarrassed. I want everything to die so we can get squeeze in February, March. Big short crap. Double bottom. On what? On BBY? Here? SPY is flushing now. New lows. Whoa. It's getting volatile down there. Here's our line, I think, from the year. So potential bounce on that line is always a possibility. Let's put a level. Yeah, kind of top of that candle, top of those wicks. Yeah, it's actually bouncing right on that. Go down a little further. Let's see. Yeah, that's kind of a resistance back there too. Yeah, that matches up with this one. Kind of some of the next levels down. Whoa. This is a pretty big move now on SPY. It's turning into something. IWM's feeling it. I think probably all of them are. EQQ really flushing. What's the Dow is? This is Powell getting COVID. Market's pretty fragile if Powell getting COVID does this. I mean, we know it's fragile. I got puts on GME. I got some long puts. Market coming down. It's been tethered most likely, or more or less, to the market. This rise in price has been on low volume, which doesn't show conviction or anything good with GME. If it turned into big volume, big moves, great, but it hasn't yet. So, I mean, it's a little bit more than before, but yeah. I mean, so coming into OPEX also is typically it's a sell-off. We're in SLD period. That start today or tomorrow on a holiday. I'm not sure, but it's not unlikely to get, especially on GME, to get a kind of red coming into OPEX. Then the action normally is after OPEX. A couple times we've had rallies into OPEX, and then it carries on through basically the rest of the month, which those are big rallies. And I was thinking it could be this time, but not so sure. Market looks like it's shutting all the parties down. Definitely shut down Party City. This thing's bankrupt now. BBY bouncing a bit, so a little bit of bounce in the market, and BBY feels the upside. So that makes me want to close my cover calls. I'm just gonna try and get break even on them. 0.4. Yeah, it's so strong. Crazy. See that little bounce on SPY, and BBY was just holding strong for that whole drop. So could still get the action there. GME I don't think is as strong, but it's not awful either. Yeah, SPY definitely did get destroyed. Broke yesterday's low, but now it's bouncing. Yeah, BY so far has held its support pretty nice at 42, 424. I don't know if my cover calls ever went break even. I wasn't convinced I wanted to close them, but yeah, I think I'll just close them. I would have gotten further out of the money if I was planning on holding them more than a day anyways. The 4.5 was just for a scalp close to the money. I'm holding my MES short though. NRGV came down with that. U.S. Department of Labor agency issued citations against Amazon for exposing workers to safety hazard. U.S. Attorney in Manhattan. The GME is the wind beneath my wings. By setting up a bear flag down here. Yeah. A double top looks like it's been confirmed on SPY. RSI divergence is also looks like it might be playing out, which I don't like to hold too much weight again on the hourly, but the decreasing volume of the rising price action also, except for that day, that was, oh, it's bouncing up a little bit more here. If that 397 is resistance now. It's 27 on GME. That's super low, man. Mine is on my shares. I have a proud cost basis of 59. I don't know what it technically is with covered calls, but I've done a whole lot of covered calls in those shares, so I've more than given it back going long on calls, so it doesn't really matter. $460 resistance. Yeah, that's a long time resistance. That's the one back here, right? I think that's the line I got. Yeah, like 4.5 or so. That's 4.38, but right about that 4.5. I mean, it's going to be a battle there. The option chain at $4 is insane. So it's 36,000 contracts in the money at $4. 4.5 is another 20. So we're not seeing as much volume traded on these today so far as we did yesterday. So it's possible it settles down for the rest of the week and then continues next week too. Especially if it holds up some levels. And I've got number 1 or number 2. Nice. I think we still could see a big upside move. Maybe later in the day. If if market makers have to fulfill his obligations.